Welcome to Out in the Field, your entertainment and insight to agriculture, natural resources, and horticulture, to one of the leading agriculture extension services in the country. I never really thought much about wildlife and the nuisance that wildlife might cause or the issues that they might cause our producers here in the state of Kentucky. I'm here in Whitley County with Stacy White, Agriculture Natural Resource Agent, and he's having a trapping school. So Stacy, tell us a little bit about the trapping school.
Okay, so we were having a lot of calls about nuisance wildlife, in particular beavers and raccoons across the state. Our specialists at the university level, Matt Springer and I, got together and thought, well, what can we do to help our agents be able to help people with these issues? So today's trapping school is basically train the trainer type program. We offered this to our extension agents across the state. Several of them signed up and they're here today. And we're basically telling them, teaching them the tools of how to manage raccoon and beaver numbers in their area so they can go back and help their farmers with the issues that they're dealing with. Not just farmers, but landowners, homeowners, things like that. Because these particular species and others too, the population's been increasing for a while. And so the number of complaints that we're getting, the number of calls we get at the county extension office level has been on the increase for some years now.
So we have to control these wildlife. So what kind of issues does it cause farmers? Why are we concerned about it?
Well, we're concerned about it because it basically boils down to property damage. The farm we're going to as part of this trapping school today for the field portion, a beef cattle farmer, row crop farmer, so the beavers are flooding fields. They're also cutting his corn before it's ready to be picked, so he's losing part of his production due to the beavers. Plus he's losing access to some of his property due to water level increases. And then he feeds silage and other feeds to his cattle, and so the raccoons this time of year hone in on that silage pit and his feed stores, and they cause issues there, consuming the feed turned into the silage pit, and then also denning in his hay barn. He had issues this past winter with raccoons in his hay barn, and there's disease issues, and plus just the nuisance of having them in there doing damage.
So, you know, the average person just they can't really go out and just do this on their own because it is regulated,
yes,
you know, by the state through the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Department as well. So,
yes,
you know, what kind of regulations do we need to be aware of?
Well, the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife regulates all the hunting and trapping that goes on in the state, and so you need to be aware of that. There are guides that you can get that gives you a synopsis of that, but make sure you're legal, make sure you're ethical. But there's also statutes that let us as homeowners, as landowners, as farmers to protect our property from animals that are causing damage. Now there's proper channels to go through to do that, but just educate yourself on what's legal and make sure you're doing it legally and ethically. But we do have to manage these animals. It's not that we're wanting to eliminate them, we just want to keep the level acceptable to where we're not incurring property damage and there's not negative issues associated with the animals that's impacting our livelihood.
So this is something you'd really want a professional to come out and help you with and manage if you're having an issue with some wildlife.
You can call a professional in, or at the very least educate yourself to know that you're doing it the proper way and using the best methods and the best equipment available to do that. There may be hunters or trappers in particular in your county that you can get in contact with, and they will come and help you with those. Maybe in exchange for just the opportunity to come trap on your farm. There may be a fee involved if it's a nuisance wildlife control operator, but those options are out there. So basically you can learn to do it yourself. You can hire a nuisance wildlife control operator, or you can work with a local trapper that would come maybe and help you with those situations in exchange for, you know, access to your property or whatever.
Yeah, but you know, a good first place to start is go to that county extension
That's
office,
right.
Have that agent kind of help you out and kind of get a plan going for you.
Yes.
Well, Stacy, we really appreciate
Thank you.
this and enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed it and you found it informative, and keep your ideas coming in, and we'll see you out in the field.